Hi friends, this is Lindsay. Just hopping on here, going live. If you can hear me, then please let me know. Just go ahead and say hi. Hi guys, this is Lindsay for So Fontsy. Another fun project we're doing today, so thank you so much for joining me. Today we're working with HTV, so we're going to be making a really cute little toddler t-shirt. So I'll be sharing some tips and tricks with you. We're using the mini Thanksgiving bundle, which has some really cute designs, I think, for t-shirts, but you can use them for whatever you want. But if you don't do Thanksgiving, then there's still some tips and tricks I want to pass along while we're making the shirt. So if you're out there, just go ahead and give me a shout out. Let me know where you're watching from, what crafts you're working on. I'm always happy to hear about what projects you have in the works. I'm just going to go ahead and flip the camera down and then we can just get started. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me know if the volume is okay too. I don't want to talk too loud, but I know I might be a little quiet. So just let me know. So here's this little tee. It's a size 6T. And I love doing toddler shirts because I love making the design. I mean, even with regular, like adult size shirts, I like to make the designs really big, and so with toddler tees, I really love making the design like super big since they're so little. So, oh, hi Paula from Alabama. So what I do as far as measuring is I just I know there are size guides out there, and I can link to one after this post, or after this video I can link to one, but I just kind of measure out how big I want it to be, and I'm thinking, you know, I want it to take up about this much room. So I know I want it about 8 inches wide, maybe 9 or 10 inches tall. So that kind of gives me an idea of where, like, how big I should start it. So I then can open up my software. So let me go ahead and get that set up. Okay, there we go. So I'm using Silhouette Studio, but of course you can use these designs with your Cricut, with your scan and cut, with your cutting, you know, with all your cutting machines, or just your printer. You can print these designs. And so what you want to do first, of course, open the design. So I'm going to File, Merge, and I'm going to show you it. It's so cute. It's all about the pie, little pumpkin pie. So cute. And so from that measuring, we know we want it to be like, what was it, 8 inches wide? And maybe, actually, you know what? I think I wanted it like 9.5 inches tall. So I kind of find a size that I like, and then I go ahead and print it out. I have a cheap laser printer, so I just go ahead and print it out. So it just uses toner, and then I can actually put it on the shirt and see if I like that. So yeah, I've already printed it. I like how big it is. So then I know that I've got the sizing down. And I do that with almost all my projects. But you can also use this. I'll show you how I'm going to use this later on when we're putting the design back together. So let me go ahead and just check comments really fast. Hi, Jennifer from California. Me too. I'm in Northern California and it's freezing. Andrea is a first-time viewer. I'm working on getting ready for my live sale today. Are your SVGs commercial use? Yes, they are. You do not have to purchase a separate commercial use license for these, so you can use them in your Etsy shop or your little craft fairs, or sell them on your website. Okay, so let's go back here. All right, so now we know that this design's the right size, and I'm going to use 3 colors. So I'm going to go ahead and ungroup this design, and we'll go ahead and just select this orange part, put that off to the side. Let's select this orangish part, or not orangish, yellowish, and we'll put that there. And then we've got the brown as well. Now, one thing that I'm just going to do right now, so I don't forget, is actually flip everything horizontally. You want to mirror it. We're cutting an HTV, and we want to make it all backwards. And then I want to save as much HTV as possible, so I'm going to cut these. I'm going to move them around so that they fit on the smallest piece of HTV possible. And then this actually, this is how this yellow piece is actually, those are the position of it. And actually, I think I'm going to leave that just like that. So I don't have to piece all these little tiny little pumpkin pie slices together. So I've actually already done that. And this is what I came up with. And I just drew little boxes around them so that I would know how big to cut my HTV. So like this is about 7.5 by 6. So let me go back to, oops, sorry, I'm going back and forth here, but there we go. So I've already cut that brown piece. Or at least I thought I did. Let's see. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so I'll just show you how I cut. I've got a roll of this brown HTV. This is Siser Easyweed. And so I know I needed a piece that measured 6 by 7.5. So off the roll, I'm going to cut the smaller size. And this is just how I do it. You know, certainly you could cut directly from the roll. But I actually want to use a cutting mat. So the smallest measurement we had was 6 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And I use a paper trimmer just because I just like that clean, perfect square, you know, or straight edge. So you could use scissors too. So we needed 6. I'm going to put this away. And then the other measurement was 7.5. There we go. Okay. And so then this is a scrap piece. And so I'm going to put that, I started this scrap binder where I got, oops, so this is the piece we want. This is the scrap piece. I started putting my scraps in these page protectors, and I just put a piece of cardstock in there, and then I can then just put them, sort them together by color. So I don't have a brown one yet, so I'm just going to put it in here. All right. So now we're ready to do our cutting. So I've got the brown, orange, and gold. And I just need my cutting mat. Oh, Jennifer says she's in San Joaquin Valley. Yeah, it's freezing. It is so cold. Well, I mean, for California, I guess. I'm kind of a baby when it comes to how cold it is. She says she just made a tea for her son last night. It is his birthday today. Oh, well, happy birthday. So these types of things are really fun. I want to show you, like, you know, you can make teas like this for just about any quick occasion, like birthdays. It's so fun. So then the only thing that I have to remember is where I put on my digital mat. I need to put the HTV in the same orientation and in the same places as on my actual mat. So let's see, the 7.5 inch with the longer side of the orange goes this way. Okay. Oops, sorry. I keep pressing the wrong button. There we go. All right, so orange is going to go here. And if you've never, oops, you know what? I'm cutting it the wrong way. There's like a shiny side and this dull matte side. And this is the side you want to cut on. And you put the shiny side down. So just like this. And this mat, if you've never seen it before, is actually the light tack mat. So the clear ones that you've probably seen being used a lot are the standard tack. This is just what I grabbed, and it's still sticky and it will hold these down. So I usually use this for cardstock. So when I rip or when I peel the pieces of cardstock off, the oops, it's gonna overlap a little bit. Okay, we'll just have to do one at a time then. Or we'll have to do these two and then we'll come back to the brown. With the light tack mat, when you use it with cardstock, then it's less likely to be so sticky that it'll rip your cardstock. So that's why I like this. Okay, so I've got the Cameo 4. The 12 inch with my auto blade loaded in there. I'm going to load this in. And then actually I'm going to go back to here. And then these boxes, I actually don't want these boxes cut. So I'm going to go ahead and move those off. And then we're not cutting the brown. So let's, oops, we're not cutting the brown right now. So let's put that off to the side. I'm just cutting these two. So let's go to send. And get the Cameo to talk to the software. It'll find it. It takes a little second or two. And then let's go ahead and change the material settings. So there is an HTV setting in here. HTV, HTV smooth, but I have been having better results when I up the force. Plus my blade is a little well loved, so I think I'm going to do 14, and then make sure it's mirrored, and it'll ask you, have you mirrored the design? And yes, I have. I want to send it as is because the design is already mirrored there. So let's go ahead and just send it. And then we can go back to webcam here. All right, so that's going to do its thing. I'm going to go ahead and actually move the camera back so I can just say a few quick announcements. So we have the last day of our BOGO sale. So you can actually get this mini Thanksgiving bundle for free when you buy the November bundle. So today's the last day for that. So add the November bundle and the mini Thanksgiving bundle to your cart. When you check out, use the code TURKEY, and you'll get the mini Thanksgiving bundle for free. So that'll be going on through the end of today, 11:59 Eastern time. So I have the link for that in the description. But then I also wanted to just remind you guys that we've started now daily freebies. So I've linked to our new daily freebie. So we have always offered, or we've been offering for a long time, weekly freebies. which we still are offering too. So you can download those as well. And the freebies also come with the commercial use license too. So, you know, if you don't think that you'd use the design right now, download them anyway. And then, you know, later on down the road, you can use them later. So I have that linked as well. This is done. So let's go back. And I'm now going to do just a little check to see if this is cut. Oh, Jennifer says she does the same thing with her scraps. Yes, I just have to remember to actually use my scraps. All right, so I'm just gonna pull up a little piece of it, and if it pulls up nicely, yeah, I think that's gonna work pretty well. Yeah, so this cut nicely. I know I won't have a problem weeding it. If it didn't, then I could just go back in the software, press send again, and it would cut out exactly on the same lines. And, you know, I could adjust the settings so I could get a better cut. If I took this out, there's no way I could put it back in and get the machine to cut exactly on the same line. So let's just go ahead and take this off here. And then we had the brown, right? And let's just go ahead and use the top left-hand corner. That's everybody's favorite. I don't know why. You can cut anywhere on your mat, but again, I've got the shiny side face down. And then I'm going to go back into the software and just kind of move these off to the side and move the brown back on here. I don't want that square. I just used the square for getting a measurement of how big to cut my HTV, but I don't actually want it cut out. So this looks good. Let's go ahead and send that. Use the same settings because they seem to work fine, but let's go ahead and load media and send it. Send as is, please. And we'll go back to the webcam. So I've got these two pieces here, and this shouldn't take very long, but I'll maybe start weeding these. Just so we're not here forever. And I do have my heat press on. It is warming up. Well, actually, it's at temperature now. Set to 305 for Siser Easyweed. We got the Starcraft Mint Teal Press. I love it. I actually bought it a year ago because I remember it was my Christmas gift, but I got it before Christmas because I couldn't wait. Okay, and I'm just kind of weeding these right now. All right, let's also check to see if this weeded nicely. And you know, I just use a sewing needle for weeding, but there's tools out there like the little hook and other stuff out there that you can get, but the sewing needle just seems to work really well for me. And what I do is I have this little magnet. This is like it's supposed to be for your planner. You would or for like you could put paper in there, but I just put my needles on there. And then I've got a wooden, or let's see if I can show you right here. It sticks to that, and so then I can just grab the needle when I need one. So that is a little trick that works for me. And then I'll just go ahead and weed out the excess parts. So since we did that pre-test, should go fairly easy. That was good. And then keeping it on your mat helps too, so that the carrier sheet will stay down while you lift away the excess. Alrighty, so here we go with this. This is from the mini Thanksgiving bundle, which is free today when you buy the Thanksgiving bundle. So I've linked that in the description. Okay. There we go, easy peasy. Oh, and then one other thing I wanted to mention is we also have, you might already be signed up for our email to get notified via email about, you know, special deals and such going on. But we also have the option to be notified by text when there's like a special, you know, deal going on, like stuff like, you know, like this flash sale that we'll have just kind of randomly throughout the week. You get a text message, and they're not, you know, we don't bombard you with texts, so, you know, it's not like obnoxious or anything. You just get a little text message that says, hey, did you know we're having a flash sale today? So you can sign up for that as well. And sometimes there'll be, you do get a little coupon first time you sign up. And sometimes there'll be exclusive deals for our text subscribers. All right, this is the last piece. So I've linked to that if you have any questions about anything I've gone over so far, then please let us know. All right, here we go. Oh, actually, I like to take out the little inner pieces first. It's just kind of my process. Right? We all get in our own little like process of how we do things. And taking out all the inner parts is something I usually do first. Normally with my heat press on, it is so hot in here, but because I was so cold, it actually feels really good. There we go. And the shirt, the little toddler tee, I got it at the Dollar Tree. But I've also seen these shirts at Michael's too, or in Joann, so like at the craft store. All right, let's get this done. Nobody wants to see me weeding all day long. And I probably could have trimmed this off the bottom here to save that little scrap. Let's see. They kind of cut this a little bit too big. Oh, Kimberly says, I don't think I should use a pin. I'd probably stab myself too much trying to weed. Yeah, that is one of the things to consider for sure. Although these little things too, these can have a really sharp point to them as well. Oh, actually, you know what? I need to put it back on the magnet so it doesn't get lost. So, yes, just find what works best for you. And do that. I think I just started doing that out of necessity because that's all I had besides that weeding hook. I mean, we're all crafty. We kind of know how to just use what we have. But there are definitely specialty tools out there. Okay, so there, that is done. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to put this off to the side. And this was the only one that this is how it goes on the actual design. And these little, I want to call them seeds, but they're not. They're just like the holes in the pie go on top of the orange piece. So this is actually going to be our last piece. So I'm just going to put that off to the side. And then these two pieces I need to cut apart. So I'm just going to do that with a pair of scissors. So instead of leaving them in their orientation in the design, they were so spread apart that I just moved them closer together so I could save on HTV. And then what I'll do is I'll piece this back together and I'll show you what I do with the printout that makes it pretty easy to put it back together. So this is probably a pumpkin pie, which is funny because I don't actually like pumpkin pie that much, which I'm always scared to admit because people are like, what? You don't like pumpkin pie? It's not my favorite. I think I'm more of a apple pie kind of gal. Okay, so I'm gonna get a piece of parchment paper and I'm gonna put the printout behind it and I'll put all the pieces on top. Now from previous HTV projects, I have saved the carrier sheets. So after I'm done with the HTV project, I have peeled off the carrier sheet and then I saved it. And it's for projects like this. Because now what I can do is align these pieces up on top of here. The things that you want to be super, super careful about is that, see how there's a carrier sheet going across this A? If I were to put that right on top, then this part of the A is not in contact with the actual shirt. It'll be in contact with the carrier sheet and it will not stick. So to get around that, you can cut really close to the edge. And of course you could just eyeball this too and just kind of, you know, arrange it on the shirt however you want. But if you like the orientation of how things are in the actual design, oops, see there's a little part right there that would go over the V. That's the only thing that you want to be careful for, is that there isn't any HTV sitting on top of the carrier sheet. There we go. And then let's do the about. It's totally okay though if 2 carrier sheets overlap. That's okay. You just don't want the HTV to be on top of one. Oops, sorry, that was my phone. I thought I turned it off. So then we've got the arrow and then the pumpkin pie piece. Or the crust of the pumpkin pie. All right, so that is all lined up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this leftover carrier sheet and I'm just going to press it over all these pieces. And then now I can lift it up and they're all together. And now I can go ahead and press this onto my shirt. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So where did I put the shirt? Okay. Let me change this over to here. Sorry, this is not the greatest angle. So I'm going to do my best. All right, so first what I want to do is just do a pre-press of this and to check the pressure on my machine. Just a couple of seconds for that. And then I'm going to be using a pressing pillow, which I find I always just get the best results if I use a pressing pillow. So I need to check the pressure with the pressing pillow too. There's like a little fold in the back there that I'm not liking. I'm going to move the microphone a little bit closer. So hopefully you can hear me a little bit better. I'll talk a little bit louder too. Okay, so you don't want too much pressure. So I'm just going to adjust it back here. A little bit less pressure. That actually is probably going to be really good. Okay, that is perfect. All right, so now what I want to do is just take that piece that we stuck together and I can put it on the shirt. Oh, I probably could have put the pie on too. You know what, I'll just do this. I don't know why I didn't do that. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball it as far as lining it up. Put something over that, and then I'm just going to pack it down for like 2 seconds and lift it up. Then I can go ahead and pull off the carrier sheets. And I'm going to save this big one because I can use it for another project like this. These little pieces I typically don't save. Cute, cute, cute. And then this pumpkin pie piece, I think I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. That'll go there, right? And then there was that piece that goes right there. Actually, I'm going to open up Silhouette Studio. I don't remember what the design's supposed to look like. So it can also be helpful. Oh wait, you know what? I don't have to do that. I can just look at the printout. Ay, ay, ay. All right, so this actually goes down further than I thought. So like that. Okay, so that'll be perfect, but I actually want to do this part last. I'm going to do the pie first. Excuse me. So now that I have exposed HTV, it's super important that I cover that. I'm going to put the parchment over that, do another 2 seconds. Peel this off. And then put on this little piece. And it looks like it goes just like that. Maybe a little bit further down. But actually that looks pretty good. All right, and so then for this last one, I still like to press it for just 2 seconds. Then lift it up and then remove the carrier sheet because you can barely see it, but the carrier sheet is actually going on top of other areas of the HTV, and what I want to avoid is getting a press mark in there. So I did that last layer for just 2 seconds. Now I can put the parchment over the whole thing and press for like 10 seconds, which will be about 15 for the whole thing. There we go. And then there you go. Oops, I had powder on that. There we go. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Here, I'm going to move this back like this so you can see this cute little tea. All about the pie. Super adorable. Did I get it crooked? Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's a little crooked, but I think because I made it's all straight, but this should actually have been the straight part. But you know what? It's for a little toddler. They'll be moving around anyway, so I think it turned out pretty cute. And it, relatively quick. I could have cut out a lot more pieces too and then done quite a few of these. Let's turn that off. But I have the supplies I've used linked in the description. Also, this is, again, the last day for that special BOGO. Buy the November bundle. Get this mini Thanksgiving bundle for free. And that's all I have for today. Just this little fun HTV project. So, of course, if you have questions, then we're always happy to answer them. And I'm so glad that you were here. I had a lot of fun. I love doing these. And I will then see you again next week.